Do you need to install a post in your yard? Maybe for a fence or a mailbox or some other application? Well, if you do, there are 3 details you need to plan out before you begin the project. And also, there are 3 tools that can make a significant difference with how easy this job is going to be. And I will break it all down for you now. And we're going to start with the post, because you need to make sure you pick a ground contact rated pressure treated post to put in the ground in your yard. Do not pick anything that's not pressure treated or ground contact rated, or you're just going to run into a lot of wood rot issues. Which leads us to the second detail you'll have to figure out, and that's your hole depth. This is going to depend on what you're putting in place. Let's say you have a 4-foot high fence that you're looking to put in place like I did 2 years ago. You need at least a 6-foot tall post in order to get it in the ground and get it anchored appropriately. The general rule for your depth on your hole is you want at least 1/3 of the post length in the ground, and you want a minimum of 24 inches or 2 feet. But there is one caveat to this, and that is if you live in an area that is a cold climate. You may run into issues where the ground freezes, and in that case you will want to dig far enough to get below the frost line. Otherwise, you may run into issues with upheaval of the post when you get into the colder months when the ground freezes. The best way to figure out whether or not that's something you need to deal with is to check your local town's ordinances and see what they recommend for fences. They are undoubtedly going to give you recommendations regarding the frost line and whether or not it's something you need to take into consideration. So that is going to be your best resource, and it's going to vary based on where you live. Now that we have our post understood and we know how deep we're going to go, we have to figure out the diameter or the width of that hole. The general rule that you want to follow is you want your width of your hole to be 2 to 3 times or greater the width of your post. So with a 4x4, you would think that you would want it to be somewhere in the 8 to 12 plus inches range. Technically though, a 4x4 is 3.5 inches. So 7 inches to 10.5 plus is going to be where you want it to be. Now for my fence that I did 2 years ago, I did 8 inches straight across the board for all of them because I used an auger that had an 8-inch bit, and it has worked brilliantly for us. If you go wider, it's actually better because it gives you more stability for the post. Can't go wrong going wider. You just want to make sure you don't go below that 2x guidance on the width of the post. With all of that said, there are 3 tools that are going to make your life significantly easier when you dig these holes. The first is a traditional post hole digger. It has the end that collapses and opens as you move. It's kind of like big chopsticks, honestly. As you move your chopsticks, did I really just call them chopsticks? As you move them back and forth, you shove it down into the ground, you pull it apart, and you lift the dirt up. This gives you the ability to go as deep as you need to straight down into the ground to pull the dirt out. This is something you cannot do with a shovel easily. I love how they have the markings, the actual ruler markings on here, so you can see how deep you're going from the tip of the post hole digger all the way up the arm of the digger. It's one quick reference that I just absolutely love when I'm using this to dig holes. Now, if you're doing 1 or 2 or maybe 3 or 4 holes, this is absolutely an easy tool to use. You're going to get a great workout doing it as well. But if you are going to be digging 33, which I did on this fence, there's another tool that might be better. This is my earthquake auger. Now, I bought one because I knew that I would have to do 33 different holes and I was not going to be able to do them in a short period of time. I had to space it out over weeks. Why? We were in the midst of a drought, and digging into the ground was like digging into concrete, whether I was using the post hole digger or the auger. It took forever. You don't have to go buy your own. You can easily go and rent one at a local rental store. Home Depot sometimes will carry these for rentals as well, so you don't have to go to the expense of purchasing one. But if you're going to be digging a lot of holes over a long period of time, this is definitely a good investment. It's going to save your back a little bit, and it's going to make the job a heck of a lot easier. But whether you're using the post hole digger or the auger, I guarantee you're going to run into the problem that I run into on every single hole that I've ever dug in this yard, and it's rocks. 2 to 3 feet down inside the ground, and it is tough to get those out, which is why I'm thankful someone introduced me to another tool that I wish I would have known about a couple decades ago, and that is the digging bar. It's basically just a heavy piece of steel with a flat end and a pointy end. But when you get deep in the hole and you start to encounter rocks, you can use both of these ends to break apart and pry those rocks out of the side of the hole so you can reach in and grab them, or grab them with your post hole digger and get them out. If you do not have this digging bar, it is a pain to get those rocks out when you are that far down in the ground. So this is 100% worth the investment. And by the way, I will include links in the video description to all of these tools so that you don't have to go searching for them yourselves. You can go exactly to the ones that I'm talking about today. Even with the post hole digger, it is difficult when the ground is like cement like it is today. I know we haven't had rain in a while, but holy cow, this is like digging through rock, but it was dirt. So no matter what method you use, you're gonna put some effort into it. Be prepared for that. Okay, I'm done. Now that your holes are dug, there's something else we have to address before you put the posts in them, and that is rot prevention. And for more information on that, click or tap on this video. And until the next time, keep doing it yourself.